Hello. How's everybody doing out there? YDBT Daily, YDBT Daily every Thursday, if the internet stays up, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. for Talking Shit. And Sundays, 8 p.m. for Peasant Chat, which I might change back to the daytime because it's cutting like 8 p.m. seems to be prime time for everything, and everyone wants to do stuff. And apparently, nothing was happening at 8 p.m. on Sundays, and all of a sudden everything is happening on 8 p.m. on Sundays. So we'll talk about that. So I'm going to talk about today, if the stream stays on, is the weird hate that the ZR1 is getting by Ford guys. Ford guys are out there basically, look, if I say it, they try to rehash it in their own way. I said that a Voodoo at low compression, twin turbo, might be able to make similar to ZR1 numbers if the IATs are mitigated. Low compression, 9 to 5 to 1, Voodoo, the cylinder heads, the cam. You throw about 25 PSI to it, it'll probably make in the 900s or a little more to the rear wheel, but you got to have a really robust air system, whether it's air to water or air to a badass air to air. I can't imagine air to air being that good, but an air to water intercooler system on a Voodoo, and it'll make similar power than the Corvette would. But that's a dumb argument because they never made that. So we'll talk about why people are trying to get some kind of clout using the ZR1 as hate, and it's just because GM went out there and tried shit. They went out there and made 1,000 plus, not to the rear wheels, 1,000 plus horsepower Corvette, and people are actually saying it's a negative, and I'm blown away by that statement. Also, Ford decided to release a truck, a street truck, a performance street truck. Now, to me, Alejandro Flores, what's a performance street truck? A Billy Badass, 600 horsepower, all-wheel drive, badass motherfucker. But what did Ford do? You'll see what they did, and their stock is indicative of exactly what their thought process is. I think Farley has to go a long time ago. I've been saying it for 2 years. Ford is in the shitter, and the chickens are coming home to roost. So we'll get to all that and more, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people here.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck. We got DNA High Performance, performance.com for all of your go-fast goodies. Check them out, the online parts house for Talking Shit, Peasant Chat, and YDBT Daily. Injectors, wheels, tires, fuel systems, you name it, get it there. Caliber Transmission, calibertransmission.com. He's going to supercharge his GT350, and he's going to find out that car is not a drag car. I can't wait until Ben Caliber finds out that the GT350 is not a drag car. LMP they actually hit me up and said that they want to work with me on the ZR1, and I thought, boy, you guys are all right. I might take them up on that offer, but if I can sell it, I'd rather just sell it. But if LMP is willing to take the Corvette, fuck with it, and not kill me on the price, that'd be awesome. LMP PMAS, Nick James, and PMAS, the best cold air take on the planet. Nobody else matters. PMAS, Nick James, that's it. Partsfarm.com. Used Mustang parts, used Camaro parts, fenders, cranker pallets, you name it, get it there at partsfarm.com. MFE Australia got his Gen 2 running. Good to see him happy after the whole debacle he was involved with in the last 2 years. 2 Auto Solution, Ramis, Solution, and Bellac, the best cold air, the best drug dealer wheels on the market. Nobody else has better drug dealer wheels than Bellac Industries. Let's say hi to the people here. Seems to be going smoothly so far. Let's jinx it and fuck it all up. Nick, B. Levesh, Leon Phelps, Boyd got the D from the Tune, Rob the Tune Burglar, Clean 93 GT, D-Rock Fox, Rizzy, D-Rock Fox, Rodney, Joe Swish, Stuart D, Ignacio Ramirez, Wesley Stewart, Infamous S550, Clean 93 GT, Adonis. We got one of on RTR Pop on through EPA, El Verga Larga, Valley 10 Speed. He's going to be AMSing and twin turboing really soon. I can't wait to see it. El Verga Larga again, Clint Stroke, Reflect G's, I'm Hunk Solo Peasant. Jeff, the driver mod, says, if tonight's stream will be back to regular scheduled programming, just don't mention 3 valves. Mike Rodriguez, Robo Style, Cody Lewis, Mygar, one of one RTR, CJM Creative, Big Guns, Michael John, Big Guns, Tyler H, The Fish, Yogan Lates, Carnage 50, Rigo SVT, YouTube Corrupt and Free Speech, and Liberal Company. Big Guns again, John Jones, Nardi Mercado, Big Guns again, Pito Chiquito, Miguel Salazar, Savar Marna, TJ Skorsky, Brian 03 Cobra, Segal Performance, EPA says I'm a paying customer. 5-Way Josh, Bondo Bird, EPA, El Verga Larga, Reflex, Peter Chow, Jared Wells, Thunder Biscuit, Eddie Howard, Not That Mike H72, Dre Day, Eddie Howard again, Santana, La Pulga, Ken Phillips, Tony Dominguez, Garrick, Joseph, El Patron de la Cerveza. Let's get all the way to the bottom. Someone says, beat this super chat. I mean, look, I need all the help I can get. Sean, Lost Bill, Dead Money, Dre Day, Tim O, Bryson Witt. Oh, and before I get too far ahead of myself, we talked about merchandise. We talked about making sure that we got some merch up. And I'm happy to report that I have received my first royalty check because you guys actually bought stuff. And this guy actually came. Wait, what the fuck? Where did it go? I was trying to see his Rich Print. Where'd it go? I thought his Rich Print USA. Unless we crashed the site, but I don't think. Where did the site go? richprintusa.com says this domain points to Shopify, but it isn't configured properly. If you're the fuck me, you gotta love it. We got merch up, and the fucking thing is gone. But I'll show you what they got going on there. Oh my lord! Let me go to my my post. Let me go to your channel. I can't. I can't catch a break. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I can't catch a break. It's like impossible. You know how some people smoke everything, drink everything. They're losers. They cheat. They steal, and then they trip into $1 million. I go, how does that happen? Like, how the hell did you just happen to trip into money? Let me click this link. See if that is set. There we go. My God. So this link right here. Jesus Christ, Alex. Everything goes to shit. Oh gosh. Come on, one more click right here. So this link right here, we have merch. So it's called Rich Prints and Graphics, and they have Amory shirts in different colors and different styles. They have YDB t-shirts in different colors and different styles. We got Dolo shirts, black and white. I like it. Nice and easy. Nothing crazy. Nothing too fancy. Keep it tight. Keep it simple. We like simple colors. And we got the Section Hate shirts. And I'm going to get that car running pretty soon. And hoodies. So if you want to check them out, richprintusa.com collections/YDBT. So I appreciate them actually coming through, doing what they said they were going to do. And, just kind of coming through with the whole situation. So I really appreciate that. So if you guys think what a street truck is, like a fast, badass street truck, what would you think that is? So if Ford is going to offer a street truck, you would have thought they supposedly still push the F-150, which I think is shit. I think the FP version of the Whipple, very neutered tune, it's literally... Oh, wow, they're having a bidding war. Thank you. Hold my beer. We go SVT. I like it. I like bidding wars. So, this is what Ford decided to put out there. And this is not a joke. You see it on the corner? It's called the Lobo, which is a Maverick. Guys, this is what they're saying is going to, kickstart something. No imagination, just a revised nose and dumb wheels, and the legendary power of a 2.0 EcoBoost. I can't wait to get that. Could you imagine you think this is cool? This is for homos. I'm sorry, guys. If you like this, just look in the mirror and point and say, you're a homo. This is stupid. A 2.0 liter little truck. Performance what? Are we performing in a parking lot? Yes. We're performing in a parking lot. It's, again, guys, performance is no longer what the car can run or truck can run. Performance is also how it looks in a parking lot. This is embarrassing. This is like that shitty Explorer they used to have back in the day for that fisherman that looked just like this. This is that. It's just a smaller version of that. It's stupid. You're gay. Who cares that it has torque vectoring? This is why Ford is literally tanking. And all you have to do is look at the Ford stock, and you realize that it's on the down path. Everyone is selling off, not everyone, but most are selling off their stock, and to the point of millions of their stock, because they just don't see a path forward with Ford. And I'm just like, why would anyone support this? Why would anyone even rah-rah this? Why would anyone say this is decent? I don't know. And I don't understand anyone that I'm trying to get this thing centered. There we go. Trying to get myself centered back on the screen because this thing decided to be a dick. So I have no idea why anyone would actually like this. And this is why I think Ford is just under terrible leadership. Just terrible leadership. A performance truck that's a 2.0 liter? EcoBoost with no imagination wheels? Those wheels are gay as hell. They're trying to attract the tuner market that likes those weird, wheels, that high-end wheels that people put on Porsche. That's just like a hub, like a cap basically on top of an already decent wheel. This looks stupid. It's no imagination. It's a cheap design. It looks like crap. And there's a reason Ford stock is just falling off the face of the earth and people are just selling it off. Now, will it sell? Of course. People bought a Mustang Mach-E. People still to this day, they buy Broncos. People buy Broncos, guys. Broncos are the ugliest piece of shit ever made. The quality is trash. People still buy them because there are Ford sycophants out there that'll buy whatever. They will shit in a bucket and say it's a Mustang GTD track edition, and they'll buy it. They'll say, oh, well, let me get that shit in a bucket because they said it's good. I'm telling you, you guys, they have these crazy, stupid, loyal fans that are just silly. Now, those same fans saw the ZR1 being announced, and they're like, it's fucking stupid. That's so dumb. 1,000 horsepower, twin turbo, 5.5 liter V8, flat plane crank DCT car made in America is dumb. That's what Ford people are saying. And I go, okay, I can't co-sign on anything Ford people say. If they say, just on its face, DCT, whether you like it or not, who cares? Twin turbo, full stop. Name another V8 twin turbo car that's ever been produced by the big three. I'm waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. The Cadillac, I'm talking over 5 liters. Jesus Christ. Not some little thing, EcoBoost gay shit. I'm talking about a performance vehicle. So, V8 twin turbo, DCT, 1,000 horsepower, and Ford guys are going, that's fucking stupid. All you need, I'm going to skip the ads so you guys don't get ads. All you need is a Voodoo that they don't make anymore, right? Stop making in 2020. That's 4 years ago. 4 years is quickly going to be 10. Hell, the Gen 2 is almost 10 years old. Remember that. The Gen 2 is almost 10 years old. So, the same people that are saying, fucking gay. C8 ZR1 1,000 horses is stupid. Get a Voodoo and Fat House and FFRE. They're naming aftermarket shit. This thing has a warranty. This thing is made by the manufacturer. This thing is refined because it's made by an OEM. And they're talking about aftermarket stuff. The same people that say that car is trash, like gluck on the gluck on the GTD. That is not made by Ford. Ford said, hey, you want you want a motor and a trans? And you build a $350,000 race car around it? Sure, that sounds good. The fans are like, oh my God, legendary. Shut the fuck up. Stupid. So this is why I don't fuck with anyone. I don't go outside. I don't really rub elbows with people. I don't think anybody in the Ford game are my peers because there is no one like me in the game. They're not my peers. They're just people that talk out of their ass, or they listen to the show, then they get their opinion, then they go ahead and make, videos, TikToks, reels, get disappointed and cry when I say they're gay for doing dumb stuff. Like that's what's out there. So I'm blown away that that's what I'm hearing. And then I'm even more blown away that Ford goes, you know what we're going to do to really ramp up our lineup? We're going to give you a Maverick truck and call it the Lobo. The wolf. We're going to call it the Lobo. And what are we going to do to reinvigorate the performance truck market? We're going to give it a 2.0 liter inline EcoBoost gay shit with stupid wheels. I am so down on Ford. It's not even funny. And the first thing that should happen at the beginning of the year, so you don't shake things up too crazy, is fire Jim Farley. And the only reason I give a fuck is because I care about Ford. Ford, to me, has better technology maybe not on the DI side, maybe not on the power side of things, but I think they have better technology. If you look at just the tuning, just the background, they seem to have very robust technology behind their product. Not saying Chevy doesn't, but in comparison, I think Ford has a leg up in terms of technology. The dual overhead cam stuff is ridiculously refined. The short block of the S650 seems to be robust. So I would think that they need someone at the helm that isn't a retard and starts telling people that a drift stick is something cool, or to cater to the road racing market. Guys, you're not going to compete against Porsche. At the street level, at the race level, you can compete with anybody. You got tons of money. But at the street level, when it's win on Sunday, you ain't winning a race on Sunday. Wait, win on Sunday, sell on Monday? You ain't selling shit because what do you have, a Maverick? You have a V8, almost 6-liter Coyote in your GT classes, ripping it up out there. And then what's on the street? An untunable Whipple at 12 PSI that needs octane booster to make anything over 700 real horsepower because you dumb sons of bitches made it untunable. Oh my fucking God. Is anyone else as disillusioned with Ford like I am? Happy camper. Glad you're up and running. It took a lot. I got a new modem. I got shit cleaned up in the computer. And I ordered a backup gig service. So tomorrow they're installing a different provider. I am keeping Comcast and I have a different provider, and they're going to give me gig service, and I'm going to pay for that to have redundancy, and I will have 2 modems on this bitch and 2 Ethernet ports going to shit. And if one fails, I'll just click clack on the other one and say fuck it, because I'm sick and tired of having like issues like that. I want to have backups for backups for backups, and I can't really fuck around. This is a business after all. It makes really good money. The merch stuff, if it takes off, it can make really, really, really good money. So I'm gonna just spend the money and have redundancy. 305 watching, 140 likes. Get them up. Has the ZR1 is what everybody with Ford fanboy right. Imagine Leon Phelps. Ford said, "Okay, guys, take my ass, Elon Musk." Could you imagine if Farley came out and said, take my ass, Elon Musk?
Take my ass, Elon Musk.
And then you're like, okay, now what? Well,
take my ass, Elon Musk.
What else, mister?
I could go for a stiff glass of anal sex right now.
And then in the same breath, he says, you know what, guys? The new Mustang is going to be all-wheel drive, twin-turbo hybrid with a Coyote. That patent that you saw floating around, we're going to make it a real thing. We were encouraged by the YouTuber that did an all-wheel drive Mustang in his garage, and we think it's a great idea, but we're going to basically put turbos in the bitch, make it all-wheel drive, refine it. Yes, it's going to be expensive, but it's going to make 800 horsepower. The GT and the GT500 will have twin turbos instead of a 2650, and that'll make 1,000 because it's already low compression, and excuse me, all it needs is boost, and probably the highest flowing cat on the planet. Everyone would rejoice. But now that Chevy does it, or GM, everyone's like, oh, they fucking suck. Sorry, guys, this isn't the aftermarket. You can't compare the aftermarket to the OEM. The OEM made 1,064 horsepower C801 with DCT, and it did it on pump gas. Nothing Ford does compares. Not the Ford GT, which is not made by Ford. Not the GTD, which is not made by Ford. Nothing Ford has ever had will compare to what the potential of the ZR1 could be. Alex, get a dual WAN router so that you switch internet automatically in case that goes down. Good idea, Michael. I'll look into that. Wraith6668 says, I'm very disappointed in Ford not letting us have the tuning on the S650 by now. That's what sells cars, being able to make them your own. Right. So the reason I call it a dud is because in stock form, stock exhaust, stock everything, a Gen 3 beats it. And we've seen it over and over and over. Now, people stupidly say, well, when you put headers, okay, full stop. When you put headers, it's now modified. So what I'm comparing this car to is its peer. It's stock Gen 3. 10R80, same architecture, one throttle body, and the car gets beat. The S650 gets beat by the Gen 3. Now, when you uncork the exhaust, do a lot of weight reduction, it runs good. But it's like tickling the performance potential because the tuning is not optimized, meaning torque reduction, meaning higher reps, shifting at 8,000 RPM, ethanol blends if you want to do that shit, aftermarket intakes. You know, the ability to switch from one throttle body to two throttle bodies to one, a revised Cobra Jet situation, twin turbo, centrifugal. Not everybody wants a Whipple on their shit. Not everybody wants a Roush on their shit. People want options. People love turbos. These Mustangs are turbo cars. So the PD stuff, while great, turbos really wake it up. Like, I know if I shoved a set of twin turbos in my GT500 with its low compression Coyote, you don't think I can make 1,000 with reasonably low effort? Of course I can. And Coyotes love it. But I want a supercharged car because it's a GT500. That's more in its heritage, even though it's Coyote now. I don't care. Because if it actually runs well with a Coyote, I might keep that motherfucker. Because I'm actually excited to throw the Coyote in there. I'm going to tune the NA for now and see how it goes. But I think a lot of people need to realize that Ford is missing out. There needs to be a USB stick that gets dropped off somewhere. And once that USB stick gets dropped off somewhere, then the battle is going to start. See, you guys don't realize what the background battle is. So I'm not going to give too much away, but let's talk what it takes to tune a car. Somebody gets not just the file, but they need to get the roadmap. What this does, what this affects in the A2L and the C file. Once the file gets indexed on commercially available software, what do you do then? Because theoretically, okay, it's available, but can it flash a vehicle? So let's say you don't have it indexed, but you have the ability to flash it with special stuff like from Ford. So you have special stuff from Ford, you can flash it, but then you can't modify it because the file is not indexed. You need some way of modifying it. That's the battle. That is the battle. The battle that goes on in the background. Like, have you ever seen someone take credit for tuning when they don't tune, they just index, right? Like if SCT, for example, said SCT tuned, stop. You just indexed the file. SCT themselves did not make that car go faster. Let's say, for instance, if Lund, circa 2018, tuned to 2018 on SCT and it ran 8s. Well, they would say, tuned with SCT. Stop. You just indexed the file. The tuner did everything to make that car run. The tuner could take, if Pro EFI was able to flash a Mustang and the tuner was able to tune with Pro EFI on an S550 or Diablo or anything, it doesn't matter what your platform is. The tuning is the one that matters. So that the battle in the background is going to be which company tries to index it the quickest to see who can take credit for the first flashed Mustang. Look at what happened with F-150. HP Tuners took credit for saying we are the first ones to be able to flash the F-150. Unfortunately, you had to take your computer and send it to, Kazakhstan or whatever. They do their magic. You wait 2 weeks and then get it back. And then another company was able to just say, no, keep your computer in the car. We have this special cable and it flashes at the PCM under the hood. While silly, because nothing goes to the OBD2 port anymore on F-150 21 and up, the fact that you don't have to ship out the computer is the positive. And that's what's going to sell the most. What's going to sell the most is what's most convenient for the customer or the shop. Because let's be honest, if we tune, let's say 100 cars a week, 50 of them are through shops. Cook, super sweet. My bad. Gotcha. Mario, have you already had a shorty style manifold from the factory? You know what's happening. I make my order to Puerto Rico. Free shipping. Oof. Confirmation. Okay. But to be fair, the stock Gen 3 would take a Mach 1, right? I don't know. I don't know. I think the Mach 1 having a 350 intake, a 110 millimeter cold air, and an 87 millimeter throttle body, I think the Mach 1 might beat a Gen 3. The action is the juice. Says my buddy just bought a 911 Turbo S, $260,000. Stupid money. I'd rather have a modern Mustang. Mario says 2012 Boss tuned by you. Waiting on the Cobra Jet. Cook shorty headers E85. Would I still gain horsepower with the stock cats? No. No, because the Cobra Jet takes advantage of very high RPM airflow. So you need to get that air out of there. So you're taking in all this air and you're not getting it out of there. You might suffer a little bit. Now, will you make more power over the Boss intake? Yes. But not as much as you could make if it was freer flowing exhaust. Rad Dad says Ford would sell 10 times as many F-150s if tuning got opened up. And let's be honest, the F-150 is the newest vehicle that is desirable if you're a Ford guy to build. The Mustang up to 2023 is awesome. It's fully able to be tuned, no problem. We've had guys go 8s with it, twin turbo guys, so fully vetted. But it took 2 years. The 21 to 23 F-150s, while heavier, they have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. That's what makes it deadly. Like the ability to hook anywhere. If you had a limited slip differential, a lowering kit, drag radials on all four corners, and 15 pounds of boost, you are beating 80% of the cars on the road with you that day. You don't want to send your ECU to Bangladesh? Crazy. So it's a non-defeating device. S650 not selling, sitting at dealers, 8 to 10,000 off of sticker. Tizzy says, maybe a stupid question, but do tuners have their own signature or autograph for the tune? Do they distinguish them? Absolutely. We call them Easter eggs. Also, going to be a problem with over-the-air updates on potentially voiding your warranty. Exactly. If you have a 21 and up F-150, what's happening with a lot of people is they wake up in the next morning, turn the truck on, and it runs like shit. And they're like, why is it running like shit? It reverted back to the stock tune. So let's say you have ID 1050Xs, you have a aftermarket map sensor in there, like a EcoBoost 3-bar map, and you have a Whipple on top of the thing with headers. But now the truck reverts back to the stock tune. Do you guys remember me saying that? I know, I'm trying to take a lot of credit. I told you all this 4 years ago. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I told you that if this thing decides to revert back to the stock tune via an over-the-air update, you can disable it. But it's the fact that it can do that. Listen, the fact that it can revert its tuning back is a problem, is a huge problem. So you got to understand that if it can do that, it can probably self-snitch in other ways. And wasn't there an article of Ford saying Ford vehicles Ford vehicles speeding reporting? I'm trying to just try the station report. Okay. How Ford system reportedly works is when an equipped automobile detects a nearby vehicle is traveling over the posted speed limit, it'll use onboard cameras to capture an image of the speeder. Are you what? Wait, why your car 3 days ago? Why your car may soon report directly to the police. Here we go. WBMA, July 30th. So 2 days ago. Let's open this up. And this is something that I knew that with over-the-air updates, this would eventually rear its ugly head. The Ford Motor Company is attempting to patent a camera system that reports speeding vehicles to authorities. Are you kidding me? Ford vehicles snitching on speeders? 412? According to WXIN, a patent application was filed by Ford titled Systems and Methods for Detecting Speeding Violations. The application was published by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Ford initially filed for the patent January 12, 2023. The station reported that Ford discusses using vehicles to monitor each other's speed in the application. How it works. When the equipped automobile detects a nearby vehicle traveling over the posted speed limit, it'll use the onboard cameras to capture an image of the speeder. You sons of bitches. Fuck you, Ford. Fuck you. And it'll send pictures and speed data of the vehicle that is speeding directly to law enforcement or roadside monitoring units. Ford said its application that surveillance vehicles would make law enforcement's job easier because they would need to quickly identify violations and engage in pursuits. Ford added that some sort of work could be delegated to self-driving vehicles. It could also be equipped to detect speeders. According to the station, because real officers wouldn't be present to witness the alleged speeding violations, it remains unclear what the legal argument of the automaker would be if they tried implementing that technology. Boy, fuck you, Ford. Ford, fuck you forever. Why would you even develop that? Why would you even think of developing that? On what planet, what intern homo decided that was going to be a good idea? We're in China now. Seriously, we are in China. See, the funny thing about speeding is they can't give the speeding ticket to the vehicle. They have to give the speeding ticket to the person driving. For example, if I borrow my brother's vehicle, which is like a Proto J5, I'm not going to get caught speeding because it's a Proto J5. But let's say I got Jake's truck and I go out and go speeding and they take a picture of the license plate and they're not going to send a ticket to Jake. He's going to say, well, I didn't have my truck yesterday. So if a truck or vehicle takes a picture of a car speeding, they have to take a picture of the person, the perpetrator. And if they don't, that's going to get dismissed so fast. It's not even funny. I wonder if it's because they can't use Explorers for pursuits. Someone please hack Ford and shut it down. But yet have sell 700 horsepower vehicles. Sending you a ticket via snail mail. Honda and other companies are doing something similar too. Selling driver habits to insurance companies. Ford running the fuck out though. It's crazy why you want to suck cops' dick. I know a lot of people that are police officers and they're good people, but in general, I don't like support cops because I've seen too much. I support people that are cops that I know that are good people, but in general and as a general sense, I've seen too much. They all have the ability of kind of using that as a bit of a power trip, and I'm good. Why would you want to help them? Why does Ford's camera keep getting covered in spray paint? Right, Alex, I'm in California. I could benefit from cat deletes instead of cats with Cobra Jet. Super Street headers and E85. What's a Super Street header? Mario Pimentel. Que rollo cara de meco. Exactly. For a Mexican, you sure do know a lot about cars. I need to get a wife from the part of Mexico you're from. Got it. Also, I was sending info about your driving habits to your insurance company. Huge item. Ford turned into a bunch of Karens. You got to understand, Ford is not like cool dudes hanging out somewhere go, man, let's make badass stuff. No. That was Dodge like the Hellcat years. You'll never see that again. I shouldn't say that. Because I was in my 30s when I thought to myself, there's no way you're going to see cars that run 9 stock come out of a factory. And cars just got better and better. Someone said getting laggy. No, it's not. Insurance companies will have... Oh, look, it did drop a couple of frames. Interesting. It dropped 743 frames. So it does this stuff, but I'm just going to power on. Nope, never mind. We're good. Wait a minute. So you're saying my gun can't go to prison for shooting someone? Interesting. A twin turbo all-wheel drive Protege is pretty fast, bro. No, it's not. So now we have to buy a multi-tune to run a ghost cam. Tell me how you got there. Tell me how you got there. It says no data on the screen. Oh my God. Really? Yeah, fuck it. Keep on chugging. So again, it's not me. Remember, for 30 minutes, it was wonderful. So a lot of you guys are gonna say, Alex, you gotta do this. It's 100% Comcast. Tomorrow they're installing gigabyte service here, and I'm gonna be done with this shit, and I'll just use the other service. So I thought in my 30s, there's no way this is gonna be able to make really Billy badass cars. And now they're making cars that snitch on you. And it blows my mind that people are okay with Ford doing this stuff. See, Ford is not a car company anymore. They're just selling products that sell. So the bean counters go up there and they just hammer out whatever they think they can sell. Look at this dumb Maverick. The Maverick is a piece of junk. Like, the Maverick is so bad, but people still buy them. And the bean counters go, these dumb sons of bitches still buy them. Let's make a Lobo version. Let's make a Tremor version. Let's make this and that, this and that. And people still buy them. So Ford goes, well, they're buying them. Ford is not one of those companies that inspires anybody. Now, GM, maybe GM has so much in the bank, meaning not money, but cars that sell really well, that they can afford to say, okay, let's do legacy cars. Cars that not necessarily make us money, but give us the reputation of being Billy Badass. And that's the Corvette. That's the Escalade V. That's the CT5 Blackwing. That's all that stuff. It doesn't make them money, but they're going after it. Ford says, we're not even going to try to make a car that inspires people. We're going to have Multimatic do it and try to get the clout that way. While you make a limited run of 300, you limit it to 800 horsepower, and you don't bring turbo technology to the forefront on V8s. How can Chevy do it and you can't? How can Chevy make a twin-turbo V8 dual overhead cam? You got no excuse, Ford. Hey, Ford, you got no fucking excuse. Chevy did it before you. Chevy did a dual overhead cam, twin-turbo car before you did. They took your GT350 thought process and added 100 horse to it and put it at the back and made the Z06. In terms of street shit, GM's got Ford way the fuck beat. And I'm saddened by that because I'm a Ford guy. Have you checked if lowering the bit rate? Stop. Please stop. Please stop. Stop. If it worked fine for a fucking half hour and it just dropped off, now it's working fine again. Fucking bit rate. Fuck out of here. I lowered it to a quarter of what it was for the last 3 years. Now people want me to start becoming a Neo. Hey, you know, Alex, if you just plug into the Nebuchadnezzar and go in there and go to the Machine City and tell them you're going to fight Smith for them, they might actually give you a piece. No. Get better internet. This is an internet issue. Internet issue. My work truck 10R just took a crap today. Won't downshift. Some folks through drift brake and laptop thought things were cool. Ford is just skip ads. Why does it keep throwing commercials? I hate that. I don't want commercials during the show. That's crazy to me. Can I go back and like change that and just have commercials after the show? I don't want to go do that now. And I think that's when it happens. When the commercials come up, this fucking thing wonks the fuck out. You motherfucker. Yeah, see, now it's saying it's not getting enough video to maintain smooth streaming, and I haven't done anything. Honestly, it's a shame when you say it like that. Chevy took notes from the Germans. Ford has the Raptor. Dodge took forever to come up with the competitor. Shut up with the fucking Raptor. Still not tunable. Alex, can you help me in the ticket system with my setup? Nope. No! We're all the same, Mario. We're all the same. Junior, Nardi, Devin, everybody can help you. You don't need me holding your hand. Like I love you guys, and I know you. And oil, you hit me up about oil. Oil. My God, you guys hit me up about oil out of all things. Internet has our boy stressing out his vacation. Bitrate, easy. GMS balls. Ford virtual signal with community and identified with. Here's a hint, Rainbow. Exactly. I watch all the ads to support more. Now I have to watch Matrix series again. Have you thought about moving inside of Xfinity? Like, people like, Alex, figure out your internet connectivity issues. I'm not Xfinity. Like, the issue is with Xfinity. It's not with me. 100%. That's why I have a place called OneLink. Tomorrow they're installing gigabyte service as a failsafe. Because I'm sick of this. So I'm going to have 2 gigabyte services coming into the house. Fuck it. Plug into the Nebuchadnezzar. Right. Alex, why don't you just lower your bit rate? Lower my bit. Interesting feature. The new Ford Lobo with alert single hot guys in your area. You're looking for pound down. We are Borg. We are Borg. Yeah, I noticed that with my YouTube. What bit rate we're using for the Ghost Cam tune? Gonna be funny if you upgrade just for it to do the same thing. Not gonna be funny. I will absolutely break shit. Luckily, OneLink is month to month. So if it costs me 3 months to figure it out, I can just quit. It's not a contract thing, so it's all good. And look, Mario, and I love you, and I know you wanna like have me help you. I can't do that for you for simple stuff. A Boss 302 on a Cobra Jet setup is so fucking easy that you don't need special hand holding. And I love you, and I know you want me to talk to you. I don't tell people it's me. Every single time people say, who's this person helping me? I'm like, we are Borg. For helping out before the show, you got it, Bryson Whip. Could you imagine an all-wheel drive twin-turbo Predator? Would be disgusting. The way Alex emphasized oil. I mean, oil. I'm blown away that people are still having oil arguments. And in 2 more years, you're going to have cold air arguments again. And a year after that, you're going to have oil arguments again. And then someone's going to say the dumbest shit like, you need oil pump gears to rev past 7,000 RPMs. Like, they're going to say that again on the forums. Going to Facebook, actually, I thought I was in a time machine. I went to Facebook, and I'm like, let me see what these idiots are talking about. They're still talking oil? They're still talking oil pump gears. They're still talking the same bullshit that they were talking 10 years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, this whole platform never matured, never got out of its own way. On TikTok and Instagram, it's Gen Z retards that are giving you a bunch of misinformation. Some know some stuff, but they don't do anything. Meaning, I buy the platform, I get with Jake, I get with John, we see what's happening with the tuning, mechanical items, and then I learned a lot about cam stuff this week based on the fact that I had to take the cam stuff off 3 times to figure out why the car wasn't getting any oil pressure, and it was because you had to prime the pump, and the way you prime the pump is you juice it up with grease, and it creates a vacuum, and then you get oil primed into the system. But I learned a lot about cam timing. I learned a lot about which cam determines the actual procedure, and it's the exhaust cam, not the intake cam. It's crazy stuff. Hey Alex, what's a proper rear camber to optimize 60 to 130 times NA10R car? NA10R car, and you think camber, NA10R car, and you think camber is gonna, you don't make enough power to make the fucking thing squat. What the fuck are you talking about? You could have a stanced car, NA, and on a roll, it ain't gonna fucking matter. Dude, it's NA. What camber, he said. Camber. Camber is when you're like in the fucking 8s or 7s and you are burying the motherfucker. Meaning you are putting so much stress on the diff, on that 315 tire. And and you need to kind of offset it so that when it actually hits, because the nature of the IRS will straighten it out. NA? NA. Straight up. NA, he said. NA10R camber. What the camber should I set on my NA10R car? Fucking stock. Whatever came from the factory. It's NA. Yeah, I learned that people cut keyways. You know, that whole industry is shit. The whole 4-valve industry is trash. Because they literally look you in the... Okay, let's talk about it. So let me ask you guys a question. Ford... Okay, let me get something real quick. I gotta do some show and tell. Because I need to make my point. So, this is a lockout. This is an MMR lockout. Right? So, let's talk about it. Because I'm stupid. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? So, in here, from the factory, there's a little dowel, but you won't see it here. There's a little dowel that goes onto the cam, and it positions itself on the cam. And that is your... it's a key, for lack of a better word. So if Ford never saw an issue, all they would need is one bolt on the phaser, right? Right? All Ford would need is one bolt on the phaser. Why does Ford have 3? Tell me, cam manufacturers, why does Ford on the Coyote have 3 bolts in a triangular pattern holding the phaser on? If all you need is one bolt and the pressure of that one bolt up against the cam with a loose key, why did they then go to this setup on Coyotes? A triangulated bolt pattern on a cam that has 3 bolts, not one big bolt in the center. Tell me, explain that to me like I'm a retard. And they still had a little dowel for phaser positioning. Go ahead, cam manufacturers. You're so fucking smart. Oh, so imagine the Coyote has one big bolt in the center and a little tiny dowel holding on to the cams. What do you think is going to happen? What is the potential of something happening? What's the potential of this walking on that key? Well, with a triangulated bolt pattern, it ain't going to go fucking nowhere. It don't even need a key at that point. And this is basically the thought process of lockouts. But the problem with the lockouts is this part. This part right here slips. So you see, if you tighten these down, what's holding these guys from slipping inside of the phaser body? The pressure of the bolt. So even the pressure of the bolt on a lockout, if not bolted down properly, will slip and you will lose your cam, the dialing in of the cam that you made. So if there was another way of retaining that up against this, I don't know, like a key, boy, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Next time you guys see me, you cam guys, you 4-valve cam guys, put your head down. Put your head down when you fucking see me. You go, Alex, you're right. You're right, we're fucking stupid. You're all stupid. To distribute load for decoration. Yeah, exactly. Bermuda Triangle. Four. What was it? Four. Why is he saying? Why is everyone saying 4? My NA car would gap most of your boosted duds. I mean, that's cool, but what I'm saying is Moonjared done it. You don't need to set camber on a car that does not make enough power to stress the suspension out that much. That's all we're saying. You just don't need it. When Alex gets up from the chair, who zooms in and check out the room? Y'all can check all you want. Nope, not just 3 bolts, but high strength torque to yield style bolts. Obviously, Ford thought they were very important. 720 seconds, 60 to 130. I mean, how many seats are in your car? Like 60 to 130, just to let you know, is not a track event. So why are you equating camber on a roll car? Camber on a roll car? You think you squat that much on a roll on an NA car? Come on. We love you, and I'd love to have you here, but that's just crazy. 55-year-old approaching midlife crisis, trying to get a Gen 3 S550 stick with a Whipple. First time viewer, love it. Thank you so much. Now my hands are full of oil. God damn it. Does the Starlight headliner take away the power for the full bolt-on 10R80 with Corsa catback and long tubes? Asking for a friend. I would not do Starlight headliner on anything. Alex, the NA 10R guy is being weird, saying his 7.2 second 60 to 130 is fast. It's not fast. It's not fast. Because, okay, it's fast for NA. Let's just say that. If you watch my videos, an ESS 115mm pulley car, stick shift went 580s. I'm sorry. 660. This is a full weight car on Sunoco 260, boosted. I could drive it from here to California and back. NA 10R80 guys that runs 8s and 7s are gutted. Like no interior. That's not a flex. He has to adjust camber for the dead dad in the trunk. It's sheet metal interior. LOL, 4-second ESS cars are in the chat. Exactly. King Gut, internet connection upset him, apparently. He got those 3-letter company suspensions. That's why he's asking about camber. Yeah, the only people that talk about camber are people that stuff it into the fucking quarter panel. And the fastest, quickest S550s don't stuff it into the quarter panel. He's saying he can beat boosted guys in the chat. He probably can beat a 10 PSI, pump gas, full weight car, stick. Absolutely. I think Jared can absolutely beat the vast majority of boosted cars in the system. I'm sorry, on the street that are on pump gas. But all one of those guys has to do is do the following. On the same 10 PSI, all they have to do is take out a couple seats, put race gas in it, and pulley down. How bad do you think he'll get gapped then? By a 747. By a 747. So that's good. He's got seated stuff. So basically, because we don't want to, alienate everybody here, you don't need any special settings on a roll or NA because your car is simply, no offense, not quick enough and does not need special camber to make a noticeable difference in your launching or your roll times. I love my Aldo Welds kit. This thing moves out. I was so used to NA. Faster than boosted, he said. 10R80 guy, where are you located? I have a boosted car you can gap. Careful, Bryson. Your rear end might not like that. I have all these gayest shit in my car, and I don't care if anyone doesn't like it. I love it, and I don't give a rat's ass. Run RGBWs everywhere. Corsa RTR. Mike and Sunglasses. Alex, what's your recommended street suspension for an SF50 making 800 tires, springs, etc.? I like, for springs, I like the Eibach Pro Kit. I have always been an Eibach Pro Kit fan when it comes to springs. The car sits perfectly. I don't like too much suspension work on a car that's meant for the street, even if it's at 800 horse. My S550, the white one, made 795 wheel, and that's over 875 or 850 crank, right? So we want to measure behind the asshole, we can do that. And that car with the Eibach Pro Kit, an Eibach Pro Kit, vertical links, a good alignment, was perfect. No wheel hop. a lot of the wheel hop comes with the cradle system, but honestly, once you put springs in it and you make something stiffer, like the end links or something just to keep it from bouncing around too much, I never had wheel hop issues in the S550. So if I was to build another S550 for the street, like a roll car to fuck around with, it'd be a Eibach Pro Kit, retain all of my sway bars and vertical links, the same thing, and stock drive shaft too, because that thing was smooth. The moment you put an aftermarket drive shaft in an S550, you get horrible NVH. Not that fast. My Gen 3 does 6.3. Roll racing is gay. 483 ESS guy, says Jesse Costa. My 120 pulley boosted car went 5.7 the other day full weight. I believe it. Bryson's rear end about to sound like a Diddy clip. Bryson's rear end can't take it. I'm a bitch or not. Jared, oh, whoa. Shit. Now that's funny. Why do NA guys always weigh over 250 pounds too? Oh, you're not fat, are you? Okay, good. That M5 car got the game on the M5 car got the NA game on lock. Glad I just enjoyed my car until I boosted. All these NA guys sound stupid. Alex, you don't sound stuffed anymore. You feeling better? Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm feeling a lot better. Pro Kit installs perfectly. Doesn't require speed bump avoiding skills. Exactly, Parker Performance. This is what every garage should suggest to people. Hey, we have a stage 1 street package. It's an Eibach Pro Kit, vertical links, an alignment, and cold air, 18 manifold, locked IMRC, E85, like a general kit, like a stage 1. Eibach Pro Kit on everything. Eibach Pro Kit on fucking sport lines are too low. H&R springs are gay and too low. BMR stuff is gay. Drag stuff, Steeda springs by far. My red Mustang sat perfectly. Drag suspension, no spacers. It was low and it transferred power well. They were, I think, a progressive spring, stiff out there, bro. It was, man, shit. Stop it. My Q81 in the 350 was smooth as glass. My ass. Fuck you, it was. I doubt it. my cage. I've never had a drive. Maybe the Q81, they had a better CV joint than most. Jesse ain't lying. What was he fat? Let me see. Where is he? Michael Hadziki, Bondo Bird. Okay. PD for dig, centuries for roll. Depends on what your goal is. Tyler, what did Tyler say? SF50, 10R80, 315 gears, strictly street car. Would you go PD or Century? What the fuck do you want to do? Complete Street Performance has an E-Ray. I was talking about twin turbo. I wonder what kind of number. Man, why do people do that? Supercharge it. Why do people twin turbo something like that? It's an acceleration car. So you're going to have to do special shit to make it launch. It's going to be lazy on the launch, and then it'll be uncontrollable. So, then you got to do other stuff. Why don't E-Ray guys just shove a blower on it? I don't get it. I know it's $100,000+ car. El Verga Larga. I got 6 years in the Army, brother. Trust me, the rear's already been stretched. Sport lines are bouncy as fuck. Creak, squeak, all that stuff. Does NA rocking the Valvetronic? That shit lagging again. Just shut up. What the fuck you want me to do? What the fuck you want me to do if it's lagging, bro? Tell me what you want me to do if it's fucking lagging when I've already told you that this thing is not a me issue. Imagine it doesn't lag for 40 minutes and then it does and you go, it's lagging. I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to do? Let me just stop the stream and go to the garage? Deal with it. Fucking deal with it. Tomorrow they're installing. I'm getting another internet service to try to mitigate this issue. And you fucking guys complain. Bro, I am blown away at the way you guys think. Blown away. I'm late. What was the issue with the stream? It's apparently still an issue. I thought turbos were cool when I was 18. Y'all started talking about NA stuff and the internet went to shit. Native Shift says, Alex, I heard they're building a case on a big YouTuber that's been street racing on his channel, self-snitch. I mean, a lot of the YouTubers do that. And I try not to video because I go all the way to Mexico, legit. I try not to video like street signs. There's some guys that video like, I'm on 95 and I'm street racing on 95. And all they have to do is sit there and hit play. And with my videos, all you see is like, in Mexico, trees. So you can't go out there and be like, look, a street sign. No, you can't do stupid shit like that. Bono said to anyone, need a Whipple lid. Fuck me. ZR1 engine fund. Yeah, thanks a lot. It might go to whatchamacallit, late model. So, okay, we'll talk about that. Cause Alex blowers don't make cool noises like turbos. You're good people. Bryson roll racers bring their tuner to the race and still get gapped. Could you imagine bringing your tuner to a roll race so that he can be embarrassed in person? No, thank you. So on the ZR1, so Bledsoe, Alec Bledsoe, late model performance. Guy's a great guy. I honestly encourage you guys to go to Late Model Performance, like their videos. If you don't like their videos, just support them. If you want to send them like a bunch of Monster energy drinks and Red Bulls, that'd be great. That's a nice little way of supporting shops that I think are super legit. He reached out to me and he goes, look, Alex, I got a bunch of ZR1 parts laying around. If you're okay sending me the motor, I'll see what I can do. And I'm like, well, I'm not comfortable pulling another motor. I'm done pulling motors. I said, I'll ship you the whole car. And if you're okay doing the work, that's on you. I'm not in a rush, but I am in a rush. I can never tell a shop I'm not in a rush. And you guys remember, all this started, if you guys remember, all this started when a shop here locally didn't prioritize the work I was doing. Meaning, they were just letting the car sit as inventory in their shop. And I took it back and I remember telling you guys specifically, I'm going to have to work on these vehicles. And you know what has happened because of that? I've learned a lot. But productivity in video making is zero because all I'm doing is working on cars now. So I need to find a shop that I can work with. And I'm going to try to lean on late model performance, LMP of MD. And I'm going to say, okay, you're going to be my Chevy shop. So here you go. You are my Chevy shop because I trust Alec. He doesn't try to, sell himself as some big king dingling. He's honest. He checks in with me a lot. I like him. I like what they're doing. He's knowledgeable, young, and motivated. Okay, so you're my Chevy shop. A Ford shop, I don't trust anybody here in Florida because I could do what they do. But the problem is I can't keep doing this. I can't keep working on cars myself. I need someone to work on cars so that I could do what I do best. And it's video stuff, honestly. Fuzz is going to say ZR1's a piece of junk while he drinks a Red Bull and develops kidney stones. Yeah. ZR1 clean up before pistons, rings, and reseal and assemble. That's what I think that they're thinking. Alice, what do many people do NA Coyote stuff and Foxbodies or chassis that's lighter? Couldn't imagine doing NA shit in S550 that weighs 4,000 pounds. I don't know. Fab shop for the Fairmont? Guy from PBH. Nope, no thank you. Had it there before. Car just sat. So I sent it out and paid damn near $30,000 to get a roll cage, front mini tub, and front tubular stuff done. Because it sat. So that means I had the money. I have the money. Here it is. You want to work? Nah, dog. All good. I guess I'll do it myself. Can we ship the monsters to the address? Yeah, I would say, honestly, guys, go to Amazon, in my opinion, and just send them a bunch of candy and fucking drinks and shit. Energy drinks. What young guys like, gay shit. Like primes. Stupid gay primes. Go ahead and send them a bunch of primes. But yeah, like hook them up. They're good people. They're working on really badass stuff. I think if I bring my ZR1 to them and I save a bunch of money, send it to them, and I'm like, okay, the motor part, let's throw a heads and cam in there. It's a part. And then I have to get a lid at least. Like, you know, and then we'll see what the bill is and we'll go from there. Bro, there are tons of people doing NA Coyote stuff in Foxes. Big L. I didn't know that. I didn't know that NA stuff specifically is being done in Fox bodies. Everyone knows Mexico's West Military in the Turnpike. Big L. Never looked up Coyote stock. Okay, Grant Wilburn. That's not what he means. What he means is street stuff. You need a Sam the Polisher, Alex. I'm glad LMP is willing to help, Alex. Sucks that you have to ship that motherfucker back up there. Yep. You know what, motherfuckers? This thing wigs out every time a commercial goes on. Right now it's saying ads will run. You will love the comeback with a fresh LS9. See if Cleek can hook you up with Texas Speed. No, thank you. Just a reminder, Ace Up Any Ford Shop Sleeves. Just a reminder, Ace Up Any Ford Shop Sleeves is to cut keys, says Matt Oliver. Damn, Alex, that's my life savings. Look, I'm very lucky that this channel earns really well, that I'm able to mess with these cars, but I need to delegate. I need to be a project manager. I cannot. I took a week vacation. Guys, listen. I took a week vacation to work on a car because the GT500 has to get rolling. And if I didn't take a week to do what I did this week, it wouldn't have gotten done for 3 months. I condensed all this time and effort that I would have done in my off time and effort that I would have done in my off time in 5-6 days, every day for 10 hours. And tomorrow I'm hoping to put the motor in it. Do you think the ZR1 is going to be faster once it gets back or still run the same? Would you do something to make it faster? If Alec Bledsoe's okay stuff in a cam in it, obviously I'll pay, obviously. Cam, heads, it's off. Maybe, whatever they want to do. It's up to them. If it comes back the same but fresh, I'm good. Send them a bag of candy dicks. Damn, I feel embarrassed. I work for Comcast. Bro, sorry. Freeze cookies, anyone? Free koozies, anyone? Who keeps switching their name? Stating that he's the one that ruined the trust. Yes. Yeah, I just said I can't anymore. Send them a case of Zima. Zima, remember Zima? Pulling my Gen 2 2.9. What compression should I go for? Same compression. 11-1. Okay. See, the Lunds and FFRE, when they're generating 45 pounds of boost at 10,000 RPMs, they want a bit of a wider tuning window. If you're under 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, dude, keep it at 12-1 compression, just to get you there with less boost. But if you're making way above that, then it can become a problem. Okay, this thing is saying open widget. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, and such viewers experience lagging. Warning, the stream's current bitrate, 871, is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 2500 kbps, and I do. I already do. I'm not going to switch it on the fly because then you'll really see some shit happening. Ask Turvey if he wants to work on your cars. I hear his welding skills are top notch. Alex, tell the non-members that you said, what you said about your GT500 when you did the members only testing today. What are you talking about? The cams? You need to be specific. I talked too much. YouTube is trying to implement ads in different ways so plugins can't block them. I wonder if the new way that they're pushing them is causing major throttling. West it. Never seen a commercial on this channel until today. Interesting. God damn it, Alex. I hate that you might have to bite the bullet on heads and cam after saying you wouldn't do it. Running low fives with a stock head, stock cam car would have been sick. Yeah, 180 IATs and 3 Ringlands was really sick. I'm Coyote swapped SN95 and it's a Fox chassis. It is. I think the ZR1 will get a lifeline once the G500 is running and ripping. Yep, I noticed that. What commercial? Can we send LMP some toys? How many subscribers does Cicio have now? Good question. Cicio performance, probably over 6,000. 5.6. So Cicio performance has 5,600. I'm glad we were able to bump them up at least 400. So Cicio performance is at 5,690. And remember, guys, that's how difficult it is to like get subscribers. See, you guys see my shit and you're like, oh yeah, this is 70,000. That's 10 years of work. Think about that. It took 10 years of work to get my ass up to that level. Slow 99, I wonder if the ad just forces the network spike loading so fast, maybe. Probably not wrong, Grant. That bitch looked bad sitting outside. Milky says, Alex, why doesn't my Lund-tuned 125 pulley G3? There you go. You're right. 125 pulley. 125 pulley. You answered your own question. Why such a big fucking pulley? That's way, way, way big. You need at least a 120. 125 pulley? No, you need a 120. When you rolled out the GT500, okay, so when out of sight, out of mind is a very interesting word. When something is out of sight, it's literally out of mind. When you don't see it, when you don't touch it, when you don't feel it, you don't think about it. That's why I knew that the Fairmont had to get done. The Fairmont was sitting in the field somewhere 4 months ago. And I said, if this thing sits in the field, it's just going to become a rat's nest. I'm never going to get to it. And I had to get down there, do some stuff, and send it off and get the cage done. Now it's here with a cage, a motor, and a transmission in it. So I'm happy about that. So the GT500, I pushed it out so that I can get room in there to work on the motor. And when the sun hit it with the Bellax, the way the tires sit flush on the back with the slicks, because it's got bias plies, it just made me go, that is a bad bitch. There aren't many S197s anywhere that give me that feeling, because I know what that car, the pedigree of that car, what it's done, where it's been, what it is, what's up. So that car, I kind of fell in love with it again. I went, holy shit, look how good it looks. Look how good the paint looks. Look how good it looks with those wheels. So it motivated me to work on the car again. But you understand, I still have to do the work. And that is a lot to do by myself. I mean, think about this. Just to start working on the car, this is what I got to do. I got to push it out by myself. I got to then bring the cart, turn it over. I got to set up the AC. I got to bring potentially the ramps here by myself. I'm lugging ramps around left and right. Then push the car back in. Get it up in the air, get the motor in it, set up the hoist, set up the table, set up the chain, set up the rigging, like just the setup stuff. And I am dripping sweat out there. So I'm by myself. And when Jake came to help, that's how great it is to have friends. He immediately had the second set of hands, and we were able to get oil pressure in like 15 minutes. Where for like a day or two, I was racking my brain as to, well, I can't hold this at the same time as that. Is the cam position correlating to the crank position? And luckily, he helped out. So if I can hammer through this week with the motor and transmission installed on the GT500, I think I would have made huge gains. And then it's just a matter of go out there for an hour, do this, do that, intake, cold air, coils, balancer, and then get it running. Sup, fellas, says Copperhead Gasket. Dropping a like and I'll watch later. Fell in love with it all over again. I did fall in love with it all over again. I'm like, boy, this thing is bad. Think about it. It's a T56. Now it's going to be a T56 with an illuminator. I get it, low compression, but I'll throw 30 pounds of boost at it. So it's going to idle smooth. It's not going to be choppy. It's going to have the dumb Trinity issues. Trinity issues blow my fucking mind. Just the way the coils are set up is stupid. Like, I don't want Trinity issues. To me, the Trinity motor is good as a motor as a swap motor. I think the Trinity motor, like in the Fairmont, would be so badass. The Trinity motor in the Fairmont, 12-to-1 compression, carbureted. I might do NA. I might take that Coyote out of there. Say, fuck this. Let's throw the Trinity in there with a Turbo 400, 12-to-1 compression. And zing it up to 8,000 RPMs. That'd be kind of cool. You poor baby, you do need a hug. This is Reggie Black. The Fairmont on Alex's guts. Me too. It's like two super smart people just talking normally. 12 plus years of YouTube, about to crack 3,000 subs soon. Shit's tough, bro. It's not easy gaining an audience, and what you got to do is you got to bring something to the table. You got to bring something of value, and you got to give a lot of shit away. Smasher says, my 05 Coyote swap is kind of like that. Sat for a while due to timing issue, but I kept going outside to look at it, and damn it, I need to fix this. I had to fire my own mechanic after he took 6 months to do head gaskets. Pepper replaced that G2 with a G3X. Oh my God, he's got a G2 with a 125 millimeter pulley? Wanting to go a little faster with my ESL. Okay, different guy. Wanting to go a little faster. with my ESS G2, but don't know if I can get away with a 150 millimeter pulley without detonation. What do you think? Yeah, oh yeah, you can get away with a 110 without detonation on a G2. I would throw a little octane booster just in case, but honestly, I think even a 110, you'll be okay. I don't know why anyone buys a G2. I don't know why anyone buys a fucking G2. Very few people like Jake. Jake is so legit. Think about it. Today I had to go there and I'm like, hey Jake, I need a water pump. I need an alternator. I need a water pump pulley. I need a bypass kit for the radiator. I need radiator hoses. And I need 2 Coyote engine brackets. He goes, I have that all in stock. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. Everything you mentioned, I have it in stock. I said, get out of here. Bro, I left there with everything. It was crazy. Trinity motor is great in a truck, just like a Flopzilla. The heads on the ZR1 are so good, Alex. I would just do a cam, honestly. I mean, I would rebuild the heads. Your average ZR1, right? Wouldn't you like go through the heads? Deep impact. What they do is, don't they do a core thing at your average ZR1 where you send the heads out and they give you back ported versions of that head, but they use your heads as a core? Troy, whatever, pulley makes 10 psi. Man, the ads are crazy today. I actually said conservative. Would you actually throw the Trinity in that GT500? No. Do you know how much work it is to install the Trinity in a GT500? If you saw the hoses that go to the back of the motor to get coolant from the intercooler situation, your mind would explode. What do you like about Trinity's? What you like about Trinity's just proves how nice tall deck Coyote would be. Exactly, SVT performance. Imagine a 12-to-1, because my Trinity has 12-to-1 compression, supposedly. So a 12-to-1 compression, locked cam, carbureted motor in a Foxbody. It'd probably run 9s. It probably makes 600 horsepower. Right? It probably makes 600 horsepower. 8,000 RPMs, good cams, L&M NSRs, 12-to-1 compression, a crazy intake, a 850 carburetor, NA? Oh my God. I wouldn't give a fuck about turbo stuff. Fuck, I'd find a Foxbody to throw that thing into. Woo-wee. Not a problem for me. I know how to get around the TV. Douche did it. That's 5 pounds of booze. Kelly Aiken's boyfriend's wife. Wow. Jesus. Dropping a like. Love the show. Gained a few new subscribers tonight. Thank you, Kelly Aiken's boyfriend's wife. Probably the same guy. What cooling mods do you need on the ZR1? If it doesn't get up to 180 after a pull, but in Florida summer, so it's going to get hot out. I need an intercooler. I'm sorry, lid with bricks and a heat exchanger at least. And then we might start talking meth. Even though it's... Yeah, I might start talking meth. Michael Hadzicki. How far are your garages from your router? Could possibly link you to a badass router to get Wi-Fi down there. I have Wi-Fi down there. It's 200 feet. So I have 5G Wi-Fi box from Verizon for $30 a month. So I have the Wi-Fi in the garages from Verizon. I have Comcast here. That's not bad today. Even though it chopped in and out a couple of times, I'm okay with that. And then tomorrow I'm going to have OneLink install gigabyte service here also. So I can just switch back and forth, but I don't have a dual switchable router. I just have what you gave me, that HP side thing. Valve springs absolutely suck on the 5.4 in the car. Took 7 hours playing Operation Keepers, exactly. Jake and PBH top notch. Buying my G2 was my tuition on my Gen 3. Deep Impact Blue, Ruby Red, can only pick one. Boy, Ruby Red. I like Deep Impact Blue, but Ruby Red's the best. Yeah, dude, PBH is one of the best. Bought a lot of my swap stuff from them, says Rizzy. If Trinity is a piece of shit, what does that make the 5.4? I don't say the Trinity is a piece of shit. But a 12-to-1 compression 5.8 is probably a bunch of fun. PBH is like a grocery store for Coyotes. Right, you wouldn't even know it, but they have everything there. If I do OPG myself, is there a way I can get a step-by-step process to install them and put the engine back together? Okay, number one, you might have to drop the oil pan a little bit. What I had to do is remove all the chain stuff. I know that's like glossing over so many things, but you got to put the engine in a position where the chains can just be hung out to the side. So that's literally engine cover. I'm sorry, cam cover. Jesus Christ. Cam cover, cam cover, front cover. Undo the tensioners. Or, oh, guys, do you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to just put the grenade clip back into a tensioner with that little ratcheting thing? Oh my effing God. It's difficult because I had to do it with like 2 screwdrivers and it was tough. So if you're able to collapse those things and reuse them, or just get new Boss ones or get new Ford Performance ones. Honestly, the hardest part of the OPG situation for me was the right-hand bolt for the pickup tube. I had to undo all of the bolts on the oil pan except the back 3. So the oil pan drooped enough so I can actually get an 8mm wrench in there and take it out and put it back in easily. Without that, I don't think it's possible, honestly. And get a magnet because it's going to drop in the pan. Trinity Motors just a Navigator engine with bells and whistles. Remember what happened to him? General Dick. What was his name? It wasn't like General something or like Sergeant Dickhead. I forget what his name was. I love when you can buy all the parts from a local spot and they're in stock. I'll pay premium. Remember Mustangs Unlimited? Who here remembers Mustangs Unlimited? You could go to Mustangs Unlimited in 1995 and literally get the following. An SVO 347. I'd like an SVO 347, a Tremec 3550, the proper yoke to go on the Tremec 3550, the bell housing, a center force dual friction clutch, a BBK shorty, actually the Ford Racing shorties, and H-pipe. Oh, and by the way, I want a Ford Racing aluminum drive shaft. Exactly. Admiral Peck. Exactly. It was like Sergeant Shithead. When Chevy said that they have dual fuel for the new ZR1, what did they mean? Port injection and direct injection. The Ford engine service manual explains how to do it. There's a difference between saying Trinity isn't as good as a Coyote and saying it's a piece of shit. Exactly. Ask getting a dude to run the coax fiber right up to your office so you can plug the Ethernet. This place is configured fucked up. I mean, for a 1.1, you would think everything would be on a table, but it's tough to run all that cable from where their box is located all the way into here. It's going to be really, really difficult. It's crazy how the internet just goes in and out, in and out, in and out. See what's happening? I haven't done anything. It's good for 15 minutes, then it's bad. So that is not a me issue. That is an internet connection issue. I'm going to do a speed test. Speed test. Let me do a speed test right now. Look, it's slow. So yeah, we know this is an internet issue. Oh, it's getting 600, but that's download. The upload is what matters. Upload is 22. Weird. But it's weird. It's just delayed. That's all. It's just a delay. Didn't CJ acquire them? Kona Blue or Comp Orange? I have an RPG Voodoo on the way. What do you think? What do you do? What do you like to do at the top end if it's boosted? Going for 1,000 wheel. Road course and rolls. Did you just say you want to make 1,000 horsepower and road course? Did I read that right? I don't think there's any hope for you. Road course. 1,000 horsepower on a road course. Shit, you want a 100-foot cable, 100-foot Cat 5 cable? I'll send you one. This my PC issue? Upload is 22 gigs. Yeah. No. Megabytes? Let's do the Ookla test. Ookla. I'll show you. Here we go. There you go. It's on the top left. See, now it's slow. See, it ain't me. This bitch was at 800 when I started the show. So y'all motherfuckers be like, Alex, it's your computer. Did you check the bit rate? Like, bit rate? This is not a me issue. This is Comcast sucking. Watch it be like 2. Okay, upload is not bad. Megabytes. No, it needs way more. I'm paying for fucking 14, or I'm paying for 1,200 service. And it's like 200 and then 30. Like, trash. Hello, this time. How does this compare? I don't know. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah, it's awful. Like, it's trash. So yeah, that's that. And then if I do it again, it'll be something else. So yeah, there you go. That's cool. That little window. I'm just hoping that tomorrow that gig service comes in and this bit tests at like fucking 1100 and the upload is like 200 and I'm like, bro, issues fixed. We're all gonna see what Voodoo. We're all gonna see that Voodoo guy. He said 1,000 horsepower. 1,000 horsepower. Fucking EPA. Stop it, EPA. Motherfucker knows too much. You know too much, bro. I don't think there's a new hope for you, Alex. Circa 2020. I don't know what's happening. My download and upload is 250. 22 is pond water. Thank you. Just as Vitruviate, he'll point you in the right direction when it comes to road racing. Alex, I sent you a data log from your stream. Can you fix it? Exactly. It'll hold 1,000 once. Mbps is not gigs. If that shit was gigs, this router would be on fire. Wonder Waffle Racing got my keyways trimmed, ready to get after. It says 2 ball tires. You're right, Bryson Whip. If you're getting over 7 megabytes per second upload, the problem is not on your end. Sounded like bad infrastructure. Thank you. People just keep saying it's me. I'm like, no. Something happened somewhere. Fuck shit up. So that's why I just said, let me get one link. They keep advertising gig service. So it shows up tomorrow, 10 a.m. They're going to install it. I'm going to say, I want a cable right there. Right next to my shit. My dusty ass computer. And then I'm going to run some tests. And if this thing's flying, you will see me in high definition on the Peasant Chat Sunday. JD Bruce says, I know this is completely hypothetical, but would a Desmodromic Valvetrain this motherfucker. Fuck. I'm not gonna answer that question. Desmodromic Valvetrain. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? Desmodromic Valvetrain. AT&T Fiber's way better. I get 1 gig download, 1 upload. Slip the dude some cash. I'll make sure shit is perfect. He makes sure. Okay, I got you. I say, hey man, what do I need to have my job? This, guys, this out-earns what I make at Lund Racing. I'm not leaving Lund Racing. No way. But this out-earns it. So I need this to be Billy badass. And then the wired Ethernet for Comcast can go on the Lund Racing side. I don't have to share the connection. So I'm investing in myself. You know what I'm saying? My 120 millimeter pulley is the lowest I can go on pump gas 91 octane. Yes, if it's a G3. I have a 15 lane on 2. Sorry, I know this is the chat. Milky, no, you're good. If it's a G2, you can go down to 115. If it's a G3, I wouldn't go any lower than 120. What's he stuffing Ducati motor in a Mustang? Bro, you got 1 bedroom. You shouldn't have internet problems. Wait, never mind. You live in an apartment. The internet did not survive the test. Who's with those speeds? You better be getting a credit or paying $30 a month. I told them. Look, this is what I'm going to tell Comcast tomorrow. Because this is how they test it. They test it at the gateway. I'm almost dying. My level of love for this thing. Okay. Where is it? Xfinity. They test everything at the router. So they say, so I'm going to see right here in the app, test internet connection. And watch them say it's got 1100 whatever. See, no outages. Testing the speed of your gateway. And watch them say, oh, it's 125% above. Oh my God, it's 125% above blah, blah. And it's saying it's testing at a 1417 of 1200 megabytes per second. So it's 115% or whatever above. And that's how they think that it's performing. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. Everything looks good. Your connection is awesome. Apparently it's not, motherfucker, because it keeps dropping. So I don't care what this gateway tests at. The internet drops off intermittently. Rupain, would you much prefer a C801 over my 2011 ZR1? My 11 wasn't... Okay. Would much prefer a C801 over my 11 ZR1. My 11 wasn't practical. 802, 800. People that have one People that have one only had Coyote. Okay, people that have had only had Coyotes won't know what to do with 800 torque. I'll catch a replay tomorrow, Alex. Yeah, you don't understand. 800 torque is serious. If we get you 30,000 a month off videos, will you stay at Lund? 30,000 a month off videos? I know. I'd stay at Lund until we could. I couldn't stay at Lund. You know what I mean? Like, if there was a way that I can guarantee that if I put 8 hours a day of effort into this program, whether it's video making or live stream or building a building to house a studio, I'm staying at Lund as long as I can. How much power are you trying to make, El Charlie, like parasitic loss? Right, when you're talking about it, Comcast starts messing up. Exactly. Should I do cams on my Gen 3 10-speed Mustang since I'm doing OPG Sprocket? Nope, not at all. Leave the stock cams in it. Too many people in the complex stealing your internet, Alec. Come on, Comcast. It wasn't even turned on. Man, I wish I could be a Comcast tech over. Boom. It's ads are coming and watch. I'm looking at the ads being placed on YouTube and watch the connections start to throttle back once ads come on. So you can run a 115 on a G2, on a Gen 3 on pump gas, 9193 octane? Yes. Or should I run it to place it? You can run a 115 millimeter pulley on a Gen 2 on pump gas because that's like 10 PSI. Comcast does suck. One more in your garage and your internet would be perfect. One more garage in your internet would be perfect. One more garage in your internet would be perfect. Don't know what he means. I meant without octane booster. Yeah, I think without octane booster. Again, a 120 millimeter pulley on a G3 is right at 10 or 11 PSI. So a 115 millimeter on a G2 is probably about 9 to 10 PSI. Big difference between 360K and $500,000 a year. Exactly. That's 360K a year. Holy damn. I don't think I would do 360K and quit. And you're right, Michael Hadziki, because if I can make combined 500 a year versus just, I'm not going to give up six figures. Lund's pay me really well, so I'm not going to give up six figures. When's the next stream with Alec or knowledgeable GM tuner? Well, it'd be Alec. He's not available because he's like in the middle of vacation stuff. He's got a lot of stuff going on with racing, but I'm hoping to do it in the next couple of weeks. Going to have him on a live, but I'm hoping by then I fix my internet issues. I've had fiber optics since 2007, never looked back. Cable is old tech. No fiber available here. What am I going to do? Like, I can't get fiber where there isn't fiber offered. Yeah, sorry. Bro, what's your modem? I don't care. When did you switch from Verizon? What the fuck? Listen. Please listen. Please listen. Verizon is my phone carrier. Comcast is my internet supplier at home. I've always had Verizon for my phone. And in my garage that's 200 feet away, I have a dedicated hotspot separate from my main line that emits a Wi-Fi signal for $35 a month. Please understand that. 4K for a used VMP Gen 2R, a good deal. Complete kit? Yeah. Complete kit, absolutely. When are you going to start tuning training classes? Never. I will never, ever think that I can teach tuning. Thanks, Alex. You explained that perfectly. Mike, yeah, you got it, brother. Mike, hey, see, look at, and then the internet connection starts to drop off. Mike H would tell you just to go part-time. You're making bag cheese. I'm doing okay, but I have a bunch of cars, so it just eats up all my money. You know, it'd be better if your couch didn't touch the wall. It's a PC issue. Alex Flores' house. How much power do you think the new ZR1 will be able to mod it? If you're able to mod it, I can't imagine you can't make 1,000 wheel with good fuel. But the DCT is going to be your regulator. It's going to go, fuck you. No, we're not shifting today. Look at GT500s. Are you going to post a video once the GT500 has the engine in it and you get it started? Absolutely. Comcast is Verizon, fool. Comcast is not Verizon. When does Comcast... No. Comcast uses Verizon for their bundle plan. So if you... And then they use... Comcast uses Verizon for their bundle plan. So if you have a cell phone bundle, they piggyback off of Verizon. But they're technically not the same company. Fiber is aisle 3. You just have to look, bitch. My Metro PCS hotspot works good. Have the tech guy call me tomorrow. I'll pretend I'm the owner. No, I'm good. Respect the old school loyalty with Lund. Of course. I'm not ever leaving them. I mean, I work 8 to 4:30 from my house. Where the fuck am I going? Come on. And they pay me good. What are you going to do? All right, guys, I'm out of here. It's 9:30. So we labored through, but it's better. It didn't totally drop off. It didn't kick me off of the internet like for a half hour. So it's a temporary fix. Tomorrow, getting another gig service here. We'll see if that makes a difference. And hopefully I can see these issues in the rearview mirror, and we can go on and have nice smooth streaming going forward. And for the peasant chat, I'll be ready to go. Have a good rest of your night. I'll be back on Sunday night. Today we talked about ZR1 haters trying to compare to a Voodoo that doesn't exist. We talked about Ford stock tanking, and they're offering a Lobo version of the Maverick because everybody was looking for that shit. We had internet silliness. We talked about my ZR1. We talked about my GT500. We talked about how somehow Ford with the Coyote decided to go a triangular shaped bolt pattern, even though it still had a key, while 4-valve guys are telling you one big bolt in the center and a washer and a cut key is no problem. Clown shit out there. Have a good rest of your night. I will see you guys on Sunday night for Peasant Chat. We'll hang out then. See you later, guys.